You can download this unique blog post text file from description below and use it on your site. Hashtag title, The Forgetful Side of ChatGPT, Understanding Conversation Amnesia. Hashtag in the world of artificial intelligence, ChatGPT has emerged as a remarkable conversational agent. Its ability to generate coherent and contextually relevant responses has garnered significant attention. However, like humans, ChatGPT is not without its quirks. One notable quirk is its occasional forgetfulness during extended conversations. In this blog post, we'll dive deep into this intriguing aspect of chat's functionality, exploring why it happens, its implications, and how to work around it. Hashtag the mysterious memory lapses. Hashtag one of the most captivating aspects of ChatGPT is its apparent capacity to hold conversations, remember context, and provide consistent responses. Yet, users have reported instances where ChatGPT seems to forget what was said just moments ago. It can be frustrating when you're in the middle of a conversation and ChatGPT suddenly loses track. Hashtag this phenomenon, often referred to as conversation amnesia, occurs when chat's short-term memory capacity is exceeded. Like a mental notepad that can only hold so much information at once, ChatGPT can forget parts of the conversation as it progresses. This limitation is due to the model's architecture and the trade-offs made to balance computational resources with conversational capabilities. Hashtag the technical underpinnings. Hashtag to understand conversation amnesia better, let's delve into the technical side of ChatGPT. ChatGPT is based on a deep learning architecture called a transformer. This architecture uses attention mechanisms to focus on different parts of the input text and make predictions based on context. However, transformers have limited working memory, which means they can only consider a fixed window of tokens, words or characters, at a time. Hashtag when a conversation extends beyond this working memory capacity, earlier parts of the conversation may be pushed out of focus. This can result in ChatGPT losing track of what was said earlier in the discussion, leading to contextually inappropriate or seemingly forgetful responses. Hashtag implications for conversations. Hashtag understanding the concept of conversation amnesia is crucial for those who rely on ChatGPT for various tasks, from content generation to customer support. Here are some notable implications. Hashtag miscommunication and frustration. Extended conversations with ChatGPT may lead to miscommunication and frustration if users are not aware of its memory limitations. It's essential to manage expectations when engaging with the model. Hashtag miscommunication and frustration. Extended conversations with ChatGPT may lead to miscommunication and frustration if users are not aware of its memory limitations. It's essential to manage expectations when engaging with the model. Hashtag repetition is key. To mitigate conversation amnesia, users can repeat critical information or ask ChatGPT to summarize the conversation periodically. This helps reinforce important context and ensures a smoother flow of communication. Hashtag repetition is key. To mitigate conversation amnesia, users can repeat critical information or ask ChatGPT to summarize the conversation periodically. This helps reinforce important context and ensures a smoother flow of communication. Hashtag chunking information. Breaking down information into smaller, more digestible chunks can help ChatGPT maintain context. This approach is especially useful for complex topics or lengthy discussions. Hashtag chunking information. Breaking down information into smaller, more digestible chunks can help ChatGPT maintain context. This approach is especially useful for complex topics or lengthy discussions. Hashtag use of external memory. In some applications, external memory systems can be employed alongside ChatGPT to store and retrieve important information, reducing the risk of forgetfulness. Hashtag use of external memory. In some applications, external memory systems can be employed alongside ChatGPT to store and retrieve important information, reducing the risk of forgetfulness. Hashtag strategies to overcome conversation amnesia. Hashtag now that we've explored the reasons behind chat's conversation amnesia and its implications, let's discuss strategies to work around this limitation effectively. Number 1. Clear and concise communication. Hashtag to minimize the risk of ChatGPT forgetting crucial information, strive for clear and concise communication. Avoid overly lengthy sentences or paragraphs that could overwhelm its working memory. Number 2. Summarize key points. Hashtag periodically summarizing the key points of the conversation can help ChatGPT retain context. You can say something like, "Let's recap what we've discussed so far," and provide a concise summary. Number 3. Use bullet points or lists. Hashtag presenting information in the form of bullet points or lists can make it easier for ChatGPT to remember and reference key details. This structured format aids in retaining information. Hashtag here's an example. Hashtag point 1, discussing chat's architecture. Hashtag point 2, the concept of conversation amnesia. Hashtag point 3, implications for users. Hashtag point 4, strategies to overcome forgetfulness. Number 4. Employ conversation history. Hashtag some platforms and applications that integrate ChatGPT allow you to view the conversation history. If available, make use of this feature to refer back to earlier parts of the conversation when needed. Number 5. Regularly prompt for clarification. Hashtag don't hesitate to ask ChatGPT for clarification if you sense that it might be losing track. For instance, you can ask, "Can you please recap what we were discussing?" Number 6. Limit contextual depth. Hashtag avoid creating conversations that require a deep, multi-layered context. ChatGPT is more likely to retain information when the context remains relatively simple and straightforward. Hashtag chart, ChatGPT memory capacity over time. Hashtag to illustrate chat's memory capacity over time, consider the following chart. Hashtag insert memory capacity chart. Hashtag in this chart, the x-axis represents time, and the y-axis represents memory capacity. As the conversation progresses, memory capacity diminishes, potentially leading to conversation amnesia. Hashtag conclusion. Hashtag chat's conversation amnesia is a fascinating aspect of its functionality, rooted in the technical limitations of the underlying transformer architecture. While this limitation can pose challenges, understanding why it occurs and implementing effective communication strategies can help users make the most of this powerful AI tool. By adapting your conversational style and employing the suggested techniques, you can enhance your interactions with ChatGPT and minimize the impact of conversation amnesia.